better to use the other sideline, but if they must be here, Lewis, Fab. Okay, cheers. And we are live, semifinals action, Elite Open Division here at Swiss Nationals 2023 from Basel on ULTI.TV, of course. We've got Platzhirsch from Zurich against Fab, the Flying Angels of Bern, and it's Platzhirsch who kicks things off here. Schneider sends for goal, but nobody home, and they give a chance to break right away to Fab. Platzhirsch get away with a big upset win in the quarterfinal, and they've knocked off champs, defending champ Panthers of Bern, and now have a chance to put themselves into a final if they can take off perennial championship contenders Fab. In the meantime, it's Fab with the disc. That's the under from a Mercy. Reese goes backwards. A Mercy has a look there, didn't like Kilko, and then waits and gets Severin Reese, the chiseled veteran. He comes inside. Afrini goes back to the rubbery a Mercy. He gets Reese. There's the under. Stauffer. And a Mercy again, nice inside break. He loves that throw. Metzger puts one on a wire to Christian, and Fab open up with a break. 1-0 early days in this semifinal. So as mentioned, Zurich pulled off the huge upset. I had a quick chat before the game. Of course, we go game to game to game. We don't get too much time in between games, but Yeah, they got ahead and stayed ahead, basically. Panthers brought it back to even a couple times, but could never get ahead of Zurich after they had a couple early breaks. And now Zurich get the benefit of playing in the semifinals, but they go down a break on the first point of the game here against Fab. Here they come, Skelly. Sends one too high, but the bailout, no, and the bailout gets knocked away. There's a potential call there, maybe dangerous play, maybe a foul. Violette doesn't like it. Afrini was the trailing player. Came in and helped to knock that one away. The throw was never going to be caught, and I think that much is agreed upon, and Odermatt will start the possession going the other way. Chance for 2 breaks in a row. This could be treachery for Zurich after playing maybe their best game of the year to get into this. Lipshevsky started things off and then goes around to Odermatt. That one to the man they call Wilder, or maybe I call Wilder, but Vindlar. Dorn gets Vindlar. Of course, coaching the Swiss women's team this year. And tournament organizing, the Elite Invite we were at not long ago in Bern. Vindlar again. Oh, and Lipshevsky can't hang on, sees it go through both hands, and throws his hands up in the air in frustration, but Zurich don't mind, they get another chance. Zurich with the disc. Get the first inside to Skelly. Ooh, and another one gets away. Violette, that is, first one was thrown to him, second one thrown from him. But a couple errors on this sequence from the 22 shirt. Afrini to Steiner. Now Odermatt fakes the hammer, gives the hammer. Lipshevsky there, but a bit too far. He can't get his hands on that one. And a third chance to hold for Zurich. From their own goal line. First throw goes and off the hands of the 11th shirt and into the blank back. Violette goes backwards. Gassenmeyer sends deep and well received there other end. Caselli, the goal scorer there, and they needed that one. They could not ill afford to go down 2 breaks. They pull off the hold on their third chance at doing, and it's 1 apiece early in this contest. So Flying Angels get Metzger on the under. Metzger to Jordy and quickly moved on. Shooter the call, that one up, and again, well received, a very quick, Marco Elmiger gets up and counts that as a goal for Flying Angels. Their offense flying on that occasion. We've got the club president on the sideline here, a little bit hesitant to jump on the mic despite my encouragement. Otherwise, you're just going to have to deal with me for this game. Here comes Zurich. Gassenmeier. And another turnover. The Zurich attack, Platzhirsch, not firing on all cylinders early in this game. They have given up a turnover at minimum on each offensive possession. Lipszewski shoots, and that one gets too far in front, and Kilko can't hang on. From their end, Platzhirsch, Violet goes wide and mishandled, and now Fab will have the disc on the goal line. A Mercy to the disc. He's gonna back that up to the corner, and we'll have 0 meters to go if he can get a forward completion. He centers instead, and straight back to a Mercy. Low release, inside out backhand. Now Kilko, and they say that touched the ground upon release. They're not too sure. There's another look. Here comes the other look. Ooh, no, that's good. That didn't touch the ground. It was very low, but it counts. Back in the hands of Kilko. He throws in front, and the slap spike by Windler. And Fab up 2-1 with a break in the back pocket. Windler, Wilder feeling the burn there.
Second team.
Oh, Fab, you have or something.
Hey, wait. Yeah.
Ah. Are you guys too old for the other team or something?
Yeah. That's true. And also not ambitious enough, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Having other things. Maybe. But I don't. Quite okay with that.
What are your names? Julia.
Myself. Clemens. I think apparently we are the next team in this.
You are.
So will you stay? Will you come to us as well?
I'm the only commentator here.
So you're trying to get individual information.
Afterwards, he just only speak about Julia and Clemens.
Yeah, and it was every second. Exactly.
Here comes Platzhirsch. Nice saving layout there on the first possession. A blind defender makes it easy to go to Arm. And Arm tries to throw back, And that is broken up, and Zurich continue to struggle from the pull. I'll tell you who hasn't struggled is Fab, as Mossyman picks up and goes to Vindlaut. He gets the easy look to Kilko wide open. And Kilko fakes all sorts and then gets Vindler up the line. Vindler cuts Mossyman. Metzger, he milks that one right in the end zone, and Flying Angels are flying out of the gates right now. 4-1 early stages. I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout of the Zurich soon, but for now, a nice big lead for the Flying Angels.
Actually, I don't know.
Do you know? I will ask
Probably
him.
those
If you
guys.
find out,
I will ask
if you
them.
find out and can tell me, I would love
They
that.
will know.
Wait, your name again?
Julia.
Julia what?
Hummus. Hummus.
Hamas. H-A-M-M-A-S.
Yeah.
Hamas.
Hummus.
Hammers. Did you used to play for Fabulous?
No, I just take Bern after COVID. Like now it's my whole summer in Bern.
Okay. Where are you from?
At Freiburg, Germany. They are playing.
Disconnection.
Yeah, Disconnection. They are playing really good now. Yeah.
Zurich. Gassenmeyer. He goes to Violette. And then to the wide side. That one, oh, and they continue to let themselves down. Skelly there drops one out of both hands. A Mercy, the rubbery thrower. Gets it centered. That's Steiner. Oh, and slapped away by a Mercy, and Fab give a chance back to Zurich. Platzhirsch, not just Zurich, Platzhirsch. Gassenmeyer. He goes wide and around. Violette, who and just keeps that one off the ground. Caselli. Gassenmeyer. Violette shoots. Receiver in the area, and that'll do it. Vijayan puts him on the board. It's 2-4, still in favor of Fab. Well, yeah, sure. But it's too late for stats. No, it's 5-1, 5-2, 4-2, 4-2. Yeah. Actually, it's a good news. It's fine.
Yeah, I can.
No, I'll move over and then put this No, I'm okay. I got my doll. It's actually really good, the doll. The vegan meat, not the best. Okay, we're fine. Back in action, and we've got Charlotte Terrasson joining us in the commentary booth. How are you, Charlotte?
Hello, good. Unfortunately, we just lost with Wicked to get to the semi, so a bit sad. But anyway, more games to come, and to play. Looking forward. What is coming here? What is going on?
Well, it's a big lead, 4-2. There are a lot of errors from Zurich in the early going, but the big news was that they knocked off the champs, Bern, in the quarter. But right now, Fab are giving it to them. There's Simon. And Simon gets again one of the American imports on Fab. Gets to Metzger. Low grab. And another goal line look here. Simon gets it. Seen a fair bit of Fab this year already. From Vienna to now. And there's Metzger in for the goal. That makes it.
But there is a call. So, if I understood well, there are some errors, but Fab is not, it has no mercy and just use them and score breaks on breaks.
Absolutely. The first 2 points of the game was just Zurich was feeling the pressure. They had, ugly errors, throwaways, straight up drops out of two hands, and pretty quick conversions for breaks. So, we're getting Charlotte caught up as she joins, and that's been the tale. But now Zurich are starting to play a little bit better, but have they put themselves in too deep of a hole? That's the question we'll find out. There's like a water rocket firing off down there. What is going on?
Watering the fields. Why do you think we have such beautiful fields here in Basel today?
Because they use rockets as sprinklers? That could put a hole through somebody. So that goal counts. Whatever they were discussing, Charlotte, doesn't matter. Metzger with the goal.
5-2.
Okay.
And the gap gets wider.
So tell us a bit about your game. You said you lost. Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
I mean,
tough
it's
game.
never fun, but was it a good game? Are you proud of your girls?
I am proud of them, but the thing is, there were not a lot. There were only 9 or 10 players fighting against the Hot Mess Express, Scorilla's Panthers merging together as one team. And they were hungry for semis, so definitely didn't let anything. And they have some strong even going, some good uplines, which we tried to shut down with a force middle. But even if you play really well, I mean, they are doing amazing, and 9 players is not enough. We had a dislocated shoulder during warm-up. Apparently, this is the usual for Josephine, our Frenchy girl, who we really needed for that game. Unfortunately, she couldn't join. We hope she's doing okay. So congrats to Hot Mess Express, who are gonna face Lausanne for semis.
And Zurich cannot get things going, Charlotte, here. I would have loved to see that last game. Apparently they were on fire and couldn't put a foot wrong, but the fire is maybe extinguished. Violette throws that one away from the very first throw of the sequence. Walked it to the line and missed, not by a little bit. He missed by 2 or 3 feet there as Windler and a Mercy go the other way. Lipshevsky, and how easy was that? No, there's a pick. That's why it was so easy, because he was open and he ran through a pile.
Suspiciously open,
You betcha.
as you say.
So Lipshevsky with the disc again. A Mercy gets engaged. A Mercy gets.
A Mercy joining Fab because he moved there, but usually used to play with Crazy Dogs.
From Stens.
Yes.
And there they go. That one goes through Stauffer to Odermatt. And the Flying Angels continue to score.
Another clean break for Flying Angels. Really, as I was saying, no mercy from Mercy. No mercy from Fab, who are just scoring their breaks as using the errors from Zurich, not even looking for defense. They just wait for the error and score.
And I like no mercy from a Mercy, by the way, as far as rhyming schemes go. I think we must have a timeout on the field because Zurich are right in the middle of it. So we're going to take that as though it is a timeout. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to you after these words. So we're back. Timeout. Desperately needed. I thought that timeout was necessary 2 points ago. I mentioned it even before Charlotte arrived. I
Stop
thought
the bleeding.
it was there already. Now that one absolutely necessary. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they come out with. They got to get this O-line to click, and maybe a couple personnel changes. There's a few that I would be making if I was coaching this team, but for now it's Gassenmeyer who goes back to Utrecht. And so the timeout, it always helps both teams, or it's got potential to help both teams when it's between points. And what have Fab done? They've come out and shown something different themselves. Putting a 3-player front as a zone on, as Gassenmeyer and Utrecht go back and forth. Ooh, nice cut back upfield by Utrecht, but they couldn't get the disc to him. Instead, it's Greimiger. Goes back to Utrecht. He jacks it, but it's way too low. But there's a foul on the throw. Utrecht says Dorn gave him a bit of a contact, and that was the reason why it was a laser.
I mean, I like that throw. It was just few centimeters too low, but that would have been really nice with that spin and strength he gave it.
Was it Gassenmeyer who was looking
Giving
to cut
gas.
deep? If it would have got past Liebszewski, it was Gassenmeyer in the backfield. But
Probably.
there was a lot on that throw. He must have been really knocked off balance.
But I mean, that was a last chance, a Hail Mary throw. I think we would have had a beautiful air fight for this one because no one was totally free, but rather like running deep with the defense close to them. So that would have been a nice air fight. Too bad. I mean, good for Fab that Liebszewski got a hand on it. But anyway, this goes back. And let's see another attempt. No.
No, they're going to put it away this time, do it a little bit more conservative. Gassenmeyer goes for the deep shot. And that one is in to Egger for the goal. And they needed that one after the timeout. They got that one after the timeout. 6-3, that's the hold to start things off.
They would definitely need you as a coach, Stef. I think you called it. They needed a timeout to get back in the game. They called it, got this point. So, Coach Rapazzo, always right.
I won't argue with that. But no, not always, but just most often.
I mean, I'm sure it's thanks to you that he's not got the French championship title. Now, Rapazzo missing, Czech is champion. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so.
There's also a little matter of Joe White. But I'll take the compliments. I'll take the compliments. But yes, there's lots at it. I would love to coach most teams for one game at a time. But I don't know if I need another season right now. I love being in the commentary booth so much.
You can rent your Pazzo for the game.
Yes.
Give your price.
Rent a Pats.
Rent the Pats. Buy him food and he will coach you.
Yeah, there's many ways to my heart. Those of you watching at home, thank you for your patronage. Jump in the chats. Who's going to win this game? Who do you like? What do you think? Give us a like. We got 8 likes. We want more. Mossyman and the Flying Angels of Bern coming at it. Simon.
We get to have a look on the Zurich defense when they have time to set up. That's interesting how they're poaching on the handers, but Fab just making their way through it as if no one was there.
Yeah, they are slicing this like Swiss cheese. Mossyman goes to Metzger. Metzger wanted that continuation by Bisat, but he stopped his cut and went back to center.
Ooh.
Now Mossyman goes wide. What a
Oh my.
visionary throw, but he just put a bit too much on it. But Reese was wide open in the corner.
That was really risky with the wind. And Blady like that, huge push for sure, so the vision is good, but that wind surely will shift your throw where you don't want it to go. And in this case, that was out of bounds.
Oh, and the inbound throw, there's a foul there. Bisat came under, and there was too many crossing routes, and I agree that there was a hand that connected with the body, and the foul was very legitimate. Violet squeezes that one into Kizelli, and then he goes deep, but Metzger! Oh, I thought he ate it up. He macked it, and then on the second shot, he legitimately intercepted. Now, Jordy.
He learned his lessons. Catch your D.
Especially if you get two options. Metzger, Bisat. Jordy. Bisat. Metzger again, and they are taking away big chunks of the field as Reese comes under. Now for goal, Jordy's there, and that was quick and easy going the other way for Fab.
A less cleaner hold for the Fab offense than their actually breaks, but good, they make it secure that Zurich doesn't get the breaks they would really need though. Excuse me, I'm not following everything, so just to make sure, what game is this? Is it a ranking game?
Semi-final.
This is semi-final. Oh my gosh, okay, let's go. Yeah, I really popped out of nowhere.
This is the semi-final. Here's a look at our calendar, Charlotte. But here we are.
Really cool.
The other semi-final happening right now as well. And then these teams get a major break. Okay, if you lose, you get less of a break. But if they win, they don't play again. They get one game tomorrow at 4 p.m. So if there's no other motivation, it's just to get a break and you can sleep until noon tomorrow and still have 4 hours to warm up.
I mean, for you, it's not a motivation to get champions from Switzerland. The biggest motivation would be sleeping long. You're an early bird, aren't you?
And that just
Anyway.
it's coming right at us.
But luckily, we have amazing tents to protect us from the bad pulls. Sorry, but there is wind. There is wind. Okay.
So
Protection from the sun and from the frisbees.
and of course, Charlotte, the Swiss Championship is the prestige here. But I mean, to get this win, you just have more preparation, which equals more pressure to Gassenmeyer. Sends it deep. He gets that one to Ega. Ega looking only backwards, gets the dump. Odrich gets the point out, and that one connected with Gassenmeyer. He throws a little cheap one into the middle, but the cheap ones still count for goals when they're caught in the end zone. And that's another on the board for Zurich.
What a laser again. I think Zurich doesn't like to throw high. They like their low release. I mean, when you have wind, makes sense. You don't want to throw too high, otherwise the wind will pick up the disc and make it fly where you don't want it to go. However, there are players on the field as well, as we've seen earlier, that might try to get a hand on it. Luckily for Zurich, this time Egger got at the end of this fly the disc in his hand, and they managed to score.
So, a question for those at home in the chat. Maybe Charlotte knows the answer, but when would the last time have been when Platzhirsch would have been beaten Fab? Probably doesn't happen that often based on what I know on Swiss Ultimate. You know, Fab and Frisbee always seem to be at the top in the open division. Last year was big news to hear that Panthers knocked them off.
I mean, maybe it depends how you count the games, but we have the SUDT, it's the Swiss Ultimate Disc Tour, and during these, it's during the week, and teams get to meet and play against each other. Oh, wait.
Reese chasing. He does get there. Still about a meter away. He goes back to Metzger. Metzger didn't like the first crossing route. Throws a beautiful short-range hammer right into the breadbasket.
We always like the upsides. Always the best option, I say. Not for the coach, but for the fans. And yeah, so as I was saying, we have the Ultimate Disc Tour from Switzerland where they meet, and I haven't followed all the scores, but apparently they don't play like just a single game, but they count as halves. So you play games to 8 and like 3 games to 8, and whoever wins 2 games is the winner. And maybe their Zurich won. This is possible, not sure. Just putting some options. And I think we have the half time, so we'll leave you on a short break.
Those who do not know their history can never relive it. The skies, the dives, the sideline smiles. Our past is held in photo albums, drinking stories. The present is a gift. And here at ULTI.TV, we want to make sure we always appreciate it, capturing the immortal moments of Ultimate from around the world and making sure everyone can enjoy them for free, forever. Because the future belongs to all of us.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
We are a group of Ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
I will arise and go soon to the Isle of Emerald Green and watch my mighty heroes go to battle on the screen. Where the ocean kisses Ireland, Shannon's tears of joy flow. That lovely Lady Limerick invites us to the show. From mighty glens and rugged hills, bays and braes raise a sláinte. Ganairi an bóthar leat, agus céad míle fáilte.
What poetic Gaelic we're getting there, getting ready for EUCs and Limerick. Wild and free on ULTI.TV, always free Ultimate here. So, as such, do your job to support us. Like, subscribe.
Best in the world.
And become a patron. And then you're like, but if I'm a patron, that's not free, then I gotta pay. Yeah, sure, pay a little bit. And pay what you want. And if you can't, then don't.
And since we're in Switzerland, it costs even less than a coffee.
Oh yeah, well, that's like a half a coffee a month in Switzerland. Bezath. Is it Bizath? Bizath for now. Goes to Reese. Reese fires inside to Metzger. Metzger. Little gust of wind picks up. Bizath takes that one. Metzger comes under. He winds up the big and then gives the little reset inside to Jordy. Bizath. Wide side, Elmiga. And it's Bizat looking at the end zone. He fakes the high release, then gives it. Simon right into Metzger. That's a goal. Fab looking good on their offense. They hold cleanly.
Very good job. They didn't listen to my advice on the sideline, asking them to play a bit less good, so that we get a tighter game and maybe a universe. But no, apparently they really want to be champions, which I understand. Makes sense. Go for gold.
They want to win it back.
Oh yeah. And I think they're on a good way too. Who are playing the other half final, semis final?
The other semi is as per expectations. Well, I guess nothing's expectations anymore. But it is Free Speed against the Bangers. You know who the Bangers are?
That is unexpected. I mean, haven't seen Bangers play for a while, but they were not known to be to reach the semis or so. But they had a lot of young players who now grew up, and I guess that's why they reach now semis. They're doing amazing, and I think that is so cool with time to see how teams evolve, depending on how much they worked on their juniors earlier in the years.
So it doesn't surprise you when I call them Bangers?
No, because I don't know what Bangers are.
But that's what they call themselves? You've heard Bangers before?
Yeah.
Okay. Bangers, nothing but bangers.
And actually their mixed team is Gnadelos, which is actually Solebang reversed, which also means no mercy.
Oh, wow. Shot for goal. 86 under it, but Lebshevsky cleans him up, and that is a foul, no contest. Jeez.
He almost looked annoyed calling the uncontested, but wow. Really cool layout, but man was backpacking his defense. Let's have another look on this crazy jump. Tried to go clean on this, I think, but
I do like that he's trying to help there, but yeah, just a bit too much.
I think he went clean on it, but the
Van de Egger. Egger with the goal, and Zurich do find a way into the end zone after the foul call.
By the way, Egger used to play with Fab. He's a previous Fab player. He comes from Bern, moved for studies to Lausanne, played with Fly Eye, and now ends up playing with Zurich against his own home team.
Did we see him with Bern as recently as Vienna spring break, or am I wrong?
Oh, I have no idea. But you saw him at the Kuzba Academy.
Yes.
Kuzba Academy, great thing, but now
yes.
I doubt there will be another Kuzba Academy, maybe BFD Academy once, but
I don't even think so. I think everybody is disc in now as Davide has merged with Moby, and they are...
Davide was always everywhere.
Yeah, I think Davide liked the organization. Moby liked having Davide's input. It was a match made in heaven. If you haven't checked out Disc In, you should check it out. If you're an under 24 athlete, you should be going. Some of the best players in the world will be coaches, as well as some of the most passionate coaches in the world when we talk about Davide Mori. That's the best way I can put that.
Nice way to put it.
Simon engages, Bisat looks off. Mossyman. Simon again. Jordy gets it again. And Simon, they're just chipping away through this zone. No real trouble at all. They're always finding an open option. I think it's time this zone melts into a match D right about now. Jordy goes to Mossyman, and they continue to chisel through. Simon goes wide and around. In again, and as I said, I think it's time that the zone should melt. Well, the zone generates the D.
How do you say? Curse of the commentator?
Yeah, that's exactly it. But that was like the benefit of the commentator if you're Zurich, I guess. Gassenmeier. It's one of my favorite names to say so far. That one coming into the booth.
I mean, Gassenmeyer is an easy one. Gassenmeyer giving gas.
Yeah, gassing it.
Gassing it.
Simon goes to Metzger. Metzger makes eyes with Jordy, finds him with a beautiful pass, drops a dime right in the breadbasket.
What a beautiful shot. I mean, floaty, pretty high release, and just dropped when it reached the height of the player. Just dropped down to get in his hands. Wow, look at this on the replay. Beautiful outside and just dropping once it's reached, as if the disc knew where it had to go. After crossing the end zone line, it just dropped in the hands of the player.
Yeah, heat-seeking Frisbee. You see Jan Tenga out there giving instructions to his team. The great player turned great coach, turned great tournament organizer as well, part of the elite invite crew. He's feeling the Bern with his team. 10-5. This is a show of strength right now for Fab.
It is, but it might also be a show of strength for Zurich if they show us that the comeback is a real thing and that they know how to do it.
If they've got it in them, there's the shot for goal. Bang on the money there. That one looks good.
Beauty.
Greimeger with the goal. And the throw as impressive as the reception there. 6-10, down by 4, 5 away. So still within striking distance, but as Charlotte said, they're gonna need to start turning the crank here. If they are gonna show that they can possess this strength, this ability to get into it, the time is now.
If they have the champion material.
And here we are. This is the Swiss National Championship, so no better time to show it than now.
I think it would be cool also to have Zurich reaching finals, just to change. It's always nice to have different teams. As we were saying, like nice to have Zurich and Solebang in the semis for a change.
Solebang bang. Well, I mean, last year we got the change. We did get Panthers that got in and really changed it. Not only did they get in, they won it. But this year, it's looking like it's going to go back to the good old days or the bad old days, depending on perspective. Bysat. He goes forward. He gets Simon. Simon gets Bysat again on the under and shot in for goal. And there's no slowing him down at this stage. Elmiger with that goal. And Fab put the 11th point on the board. So
well, maybe not right now for the comeback. Fab is still pretty steady on their offense.
Yeah, they're not going to get it on a break right then, that's for sure.
What were you about to say?
What is the trophies for Swiss Ultimate?
It's not cheese, I'm sorry. Neither chocolate.
Not like, they don't like chisel off a piece of the Matterhorn?
That would be amazing. No, you get, trophies.
Okay,
no,
trophies and medals.
Well, one year we had, for the mixed championship, we had medals with championships written on it instead of championship. If that is a prize for you. That is the most original prize we had.
I like that. It's, I mean, in the NBA nowadays, they all talk about winning a chip, which is a championship, but it is kind of, it's very slang the way they talk about the chip.
Probably Sua is also aware of this, and
yeah. We're
just
like
too
the
cool.
NBA here at the Swiss Nationals of Ultimate.
So who is going to be our Denver Nuggets this year?
Bergeron sends it to Van, but that one goes through Van, and a Mercy picks it up. Let's see again, Charlotte, if he will show no mercy. Oh, point block Oh, and he's calling the foul on that.
Arm using
No
his
contest.
arm using his arm for the block, but they
Kilco gets blocked. I'm surprised there was no contest. I felt like that looked clean, but I'm not out there. What do I know? A mercy inside break gets Christian. Christian, very nice throw there to Kilco. Wide. Odermatt's got to put on the Jets. He asked a lot of them. He asked just a bit too much. Can't get there.
Boris Kilco, a Russian import who came to Switzerland, joining his beloved one playing on Fabulous. Frisbee love is the best love. Sorry. I have to say.
It is. Odermatt on the mark there. That's Greimiger. Backing around. That's arm again. He uses his arm to throw. Wow. That one gone deep. Rovenkamp can't hang on. Defense sandwiched, and there's a call. Foul by Rovenkamp.
Big body in the end zone. I mean, that is the target you want, but apparently too much contact. Let's have a replay maybe. See what happened.
Here's another look.
Big huck.
Rovenkamp definitely has early position. Oh, yeah, I think that's a foul. I mean, a mercy went up first. He had position, but he fell into him.
Missed the disc and then fell into the player who tried to raise his arm to get the hand on the disc, but got pushed. I mean, from the perspective we have. Oh, wow, he really is taller. I mean, look at the size.
So, conversation ensues. They're being informed that they can watch the replay, which is definitely true. I think if they did, they would agree. So, it looks like a foul, no contest, and he's going to keep that, Rovenkamp, on the goal line. He
Looking
dumps back. And Scuber off the hands of Obermatt, but into the hands of Van. And I can't believe they got away with that one, but they did. And they're on the board.
They for sure were looking for that break side. Apparently everything was shut down on the opposite side. No chance to get free. Everyone with the disc looking for that break side. And finally, like, that's tricky little high release. Oh my, look at this wobbly disc. Caught by the Drake player. 7-11.
Uh-oh, you know what that means. Time for Slurpee. It's my second of the day.
You had Slurpees?
No, but we had 7-Eleven.
Oh, okay.
But
Fair
is there a 7-Eleven in Switzerland?
No.
Oh,
But we do have Slurpees.
come on,
though.
American capitalism. Push harder.
You get cheese and chocolate if you want.
Okay, that'll
Or
be
Biberli, Toblerone.
There's got to be like a granite.
Yeah.
I've learned that there's a Gelateria di Berna here in Basel as well, but I need to find a legitimate Basilian gelato shop. That was my question I asked earlier. I'll ask it again. But here's Reese. He goes for a little bit of a trot there, gets a big gainer, and then Reese to Simon, and bada boom, bada bing. Ain't nothing but a ting. They're in for a goal just like that.
Big shout out to Reis for the assist, but also for becoming a father for the second time. They just had with Jannika Kappelman a second kid. Congrats, and proving that he's gonna make his kids proud. Scoring for Fab, another goal.
Yeah,
7-12.
I've seen him pushing strollers and wagons around the field lately, so congrats is in order. What is somebody from Basel called?
Basler?
Basler.
In German.
And a Berner is from Bern.
Yeah.
trying to respond to the chat. What is the name of the incredible player with the 62 shirt? We haven't called his name too much, but that is Maurice von Steiger. So shout out to him from Steiger. Zevi Hans, that goes out to you in the chat. Glad to have some action in the chat. And so what's somebody from Zurich called? A Zuricher? Zuricher. Shot deep, Eggers under, so is Lipshevsky. Lipshevsky dangerously popped that one up, but it does go away. And the turn stands. They will get another chance, but geez, that was a dangerous play.
A lot of people legs getting up. I mean,
so Mercy picks up, he takes it to the line, and Fab with a break chance.
Again. So far they showed, as we were saying, no mercy and scored all of their breaks pretty quickly. And as I'm saying this, here is the turn.
That's the curse of the commentator, Charlotte. And he's in. There's the toe drag. It counts. That one looks like, well, I can't even see who it looks like, to be honest. We're getting shirt numbers covered up. But it's definitely somebody from Zurich. It was a Zuricher.
Perspicace. Zuricher. Actually, this is all in German. I have no idea in English, but I guess English would just take the German name.
And what about somebody from Geneva? Geneva?
I don't know. In German would be Genfer, but in French, Genevois.
Genevois.
I mean,
Genfer.
Genfer.
Huh. I love to learn.
That is all in masculine, though. Like the feminine way would be with the in at the end. Genferin. Huh? Yeah.
We're getting schooled on exactly how to, the proper nomenclature for residents of different cities here in Switzerland. I love to learn.
German didn't use us to that. Normally in German it's Z on plural. Come on. Z. Z.
Next possession, it's Flying Angels here. I felt like they scored again last time because they've been doing so much of it, but they were down there to receive this pull. Bisat goes to Mossyman. Mossyman gets Metzger. Metzger shoves it inside to Jordy and right back to Mossyman. Simon to Metzger, far sideline. Metzger sees Bisat. He does a wild jump, falls down, and knee spikes it. That is 12-8 now, and they're getting 13-8, sorry. They're sniffing ahead to that goal line.
What a beautiful offense from Fab. They got that disc moving so quickly, giving and going, waiting no seconds. Zurich having a real hard time to follow that. That was beautiful. They exactly knew how to play, where their teammates are going to be. I mean, pretty offense. They didn't even need to swing it. They just kept it. I mean, still using some width from the middle to the sideline, but not the whole width, and still pretty clean.
So how many national languages are there in Switzerland?
4.
And what are they?
So the first one is German, then you get French, Italian, and Romansh, retro-Romansh.
Romansh.
Yeah, it's technically it's a language that is spoken in one part of Switzerland called the Grison, Graubünden, and there are less and less people talking it because in this canton there also speaks German, and so they are losing it a bit, but it's still a national language. It's still part of the patrimony, I don't know how to say. And yeah, ooh, so close.
Freeney on the chase there. We'll get more national language info, but for now they've jacked it deep. Egger is under it. He gets it, dumps it back to the big receiver, Rovenkamp. And he spins around and throws through traffic, still not in. Bergeron finishes the job to Egger. And they're back on the board, 9-13, closing the gap by 1.
So close. The defense was so close several times. Big pressure. Oh my, that was like few millimeters away to get blocked. A really cool cold blood from cold blood. You say when you're steady? Yeah, cold blood from Zurich, not getting pressed and just making their way to the end zone. Great job, but guys, you need much more than this if you want to reach the finals. Come on, 13-9.
Zürcher, not Züricher.
Okay.
Zürcher. Thank you for your help, Jellyfinger.
Is it in Swiss German or in German that you say Zürcher? Just wondering.
And so English not a language, but any country that has four national languages, I would imagine every Swiss person I've met speaks a little bit of English as well.
Yeah, because the thing is, we are already in a country where we used to have to speak several languages. Even though you don't necessarily speak another language like German or French, you are used to this idea of having different languages, and so English is pretty also natural to speak a little bit, like everyone speaks.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Now's the under. Reese. Oh, just enough to get to Bysat, and now Metzger on the far side. Bysat, nice high release.
Oh, wow.
Flickety-doo-dah day puts that one to Reese, and they are within one of a championship appearance.
Beautiful high release. Sneaky, I like that.
Do you know much about Bysat? Have you seen this man play before? I have seen Fab dozens of times. I've commentated enough of their game that they even provided for me a Feel the Bern t-shirt. And I've never seen Bysat play, and he is a heck of a player, so I'm not sure if he's an import. Not sure if he's a young player who has come up through the system, who's now starting to shine. But if any of you in the chat can help us out, let us know. If not, I'll ask around the sideline as well, see if we can get some info.
Oh yes, we always like to know more about good players, rising stars.
That's what we're here for.
Here, have a look of this one is the Romanche.
Romanche, so I'm looking at Charlotte's driver's license or just identity card.
I do not have a driver's license.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's 5 languages here.
The fifth is just for people in English.
In English. So that's not an official language, but so, yeah, multilingualism is a Swiss.
I mean,
it's almost as Swiss as chocolate and cheese.
Such a small country, and you get to fit 4 languages in it. And I don't know how many dialects.
The Zürchers.
Okay, Zurich with the offense.
Oh, Van tried to go too low. And that one gets knocked away. I'm surprised he didn't call a foul there. I mean, he threw into it, but surely there was a little bit of contact, but maybe he just knew that was my fault. I could have done that better. I should have done that better. And I respect that. Stouffer. What a throw by Stouffer.
Oh,
they're going to the finals. Fab are back in another Swiss championship because of that performance. And they're likely, well, I don't know, likely to see Frisbee, is safe to say, but we got to wait for results over there between Frisbee and Solebang, but they've done their part over here. They took it away from Zurich in the first 5 points of this game. And as much as Zurich found a little bit of fight, there was never a doubt, was there, Charlotte, that this was going to be Flying Angels.
Fab was in control from the beginning to the end. They really had the game, like every throw, every action was completely under control. Some turnovers, but not that many. Big pressure on defense, big breaks, beautiful, clean play.
And that's going to do it. Make sure you don't go anywhere. I told you that our finals are late tomorrow, but we've got action all the way through. We're back in the women's round next. We've got some crossovers and lower pool to end the day. And then tomorrow back with all the big action in the women's division and then into our finals. Thanks for joining us here on ULTI.TV. I've been Stef Pazzo here with Charlotte Terrasson. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at the next one.
Hallo, ich bin Sarina und erkläre dir den Sidearm-Wurf. Machst du Schere zwischen Mittelfinger und Ringfinger, legst den Mittelfinger und den Zeigefinger an den inneren Rand verschieben. Den Daumen legst du oben drauf, auf die Rille. Den Ringfinger und den Kleinfinger kannst du aussen nachher zum Stabilisieren brauchen. Wir stehen hüftbreit, ausgerichtet dorthin, wo wir werfen wollen. Und wir machen einen kleinen Ausfallschritt zu der Hand, wo wir die Scheibe haben. Dann ist ganz wichtig beim Werfen das Handgelenk. Aus dem Handgelenk machen wir so einen Kick, damit möglichst viel Drall auf die Scheibe kommt und die schön fliegt. Das ist viel wichtiger als die Kraft selber. Die Wurfbahn der Scheibe kann man in dem verändern, dass man den Winkel anpassen. Das heisst, man kann die Aussenkante aufstellen. Dann macht das Frisbee einen Bogen aussen. Und wenn man die Aussenkante runterhängen lässt, dann macht sie eine Innenkurve.
Du möchtest so werfen können wie Sarina? Dann melde dich doch unverbindlich bei einem unserer Clubs und erfahre alles über Ultimate, die schnelle Teamsportart mit dem Frisbee. Alle Infos findest du auf unserer Verbandswebseite ultimate.ch. Wir freuen uns, von dir zu hören.
So, jetzt wünsche ich euch ganz viel Spaß beim Scheibenlegen.
Europe, a cradle of culture, melange of languages, and beacon of diversity. A continent rampant with rivalries, forged and broken through years of shared history. Time for another chapter. 48 teams representing 22 countries look to cement their legacy at the 2023 European Ultimate Championships. You can join them. Watch live for free only on ULTI.TV.
Hallo miteinander, mein Name ist Daniele und ich probiere euch den Backhand näher zu bringen. Wir haben eigentlich im Koffergriff die Scheibe. Man nimmt den Daumen über die Rille vom Frisbee und macht hinten die Faust mit den Fingern, mit den restlichen, dass alles schön zusammen ist, sodass keine Löcher entstehen und man am Schluss die Scheibe gut losrühren kann. Nach dem Griff ist der zweite Teil die Positionierung. Das macht man, indem man hüftbreit hersteht, zum Ziel her schaut, einen Ausfallschritt macht, muss nicht gross sein. Es geht ja vor allem darum, dass man hier den ganzen Platz hat, um den Backhand zu spielen. Dass ein guter Backhand gewährleistet ist der Drall entscheidend. Man steht raus und gibt jetzt wirklich ganz am Schluss, wenn man den Frisbee aus der Hand gibt. Das ist wichtiger wie Kraft.
Du möchtest so werfen können wie Daniele? Dann melde dich doch unverbindlich bei einem unserer Clubs und erfahre alles über Ultimate, die schnelle Teamsportart mit dem Frisbee. Alle Infos findest du auf unserer Verbandswebseite ultimate.ch. Wir freuen uns, von dir zu hören.
So, wünsche ich euch viel Spaß beim Backhand üben.